And we live. Alright, let's go. Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Austin back in the video. Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing 50 questions with a Howard University student. So today I'm here with
Carson Haynes,
also known as Senator Haynes. So to start off, first question, could you please give me your name?
My name is Karis Elizabeth Haynes, and Elizabeth is spelled with an S and not a Z.
The one and only. So once again, guys, my name is Austin Lloyd Delafalls. Alright, next question, where are you from?
I am from Covington, Georgia, but for reference, I do sometimes say Atlanta.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's 50 minutes outside. Like, nobody knows where Covington is.
No. I
was born there.
She tries to claim Atlanta, but she's really from Covington.
I was born there,
so
and I'm there all the time.
I have to correct her sometimes. Anyways, I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Like I keep saying in my past two videos, the best city in Louisiana. The best. The best city in Louisiana. Alright, so next question. Why did you choose an HBCU?
I really wanted to be surrounded by gifted Black people. And not that I didn't have that in high school. Like, I had it more in like my church setting or just in my family. But as far as in academic settings, it was a very common experience for me to be the only Black girl. And I just wanted to be around people who looked like me, who were also like on my level, if that makes sense.
I feel you. I had like a similar reason. I went to a majority white high school. I went to a majority white high school. And I kind of just wanted to get this is a true Mecca experience coming here at Howard.
Yeah.
So if you didn't go to Howard, where would you have like applied to? Where would you have gone?
Probably Fisk University in Nashville or Xavier University of Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So why Howard? You can be completely honest.
Because Howard is the best? Question mark. Okay, no, but seriously, I'm really interested in government and politics, and I really wanted an HBCU experience outside of Georgia, preferably near Washington, D.C.
Perfect, because they have the political arena around here.
And Capitol Hill is 3 miles up the road.
Right. So that's the perfect intersection.
Yeah.
So we're both members of the Carson Scholars Program. So what do you think you've like gained from the Carson Scholars Program?
Really, I think we were talking about this the other day, the camaraderie, like just being around a group of really gifted intellectual students who also are really cool, and they're your friend group. And
right.
Like I said, we were talking about this the other day, I think each and every one of us fills in each other's gaps. So it's just beautiful seeing how we do that and help each other succeed as a group.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good answer. So what's your major?
My major is biology.
Say it again.
Biology, which is greater than chemistry. I don't know why there's a debate.
Yeah, so she's a bio major. I'm a chemistry major, like I mentioned earlier. So we talked about that one. So what are you involved in on campus? I know you miss everything.
Oh my gosh, I'm really not. One of the main things I do, I'm a senator for Houston Senate, so like Howard Student Government. I'm also involved with Prisons to Professionals, which is an organization that looks to help people in prison get degrees. So what we do here in DC is we mentor local students to prevent the school to prison pipeline. And then I'm also a student reviewer for the Howard Student Research Journal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you kind of interested in getting involved with HBCU?
Well, really, like my interest in government and politics and wanting to do something like that on campus, just like with students. And even the time commitment is really not that bad. It's a great way to meet people and also like be a bridge between them and the HBCU president, vice president.
I got you.
Yeah.
Nah, so since you're like a biology major, like really interested in STEM, how do you see that intersecting, I guess, later on in your career with your interest in like political science as well?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I am really interested in health policy. So a lot of legislators who work in health policy don't have the experience, so they're not doctors. So what I want to do is take my experience and work in developing policy that actually works, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So so you said health policy, so that would look like?
More so like improving health policy. I really want to focus on improving access to quality healthcare in low-income communities.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's really dope. So next question. So how was your summer? What did you do this summer?
So this summer, as Carson Scholars, we were supposed to do a summer research internship. So I did an internship at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, and I worked in a wet lab looking at different oxidative stressors that contribute to hypertension or high blood pressure.
Okay. So, so was that your first research experience?
It wasn't my first research experience, but in that field it was. I had done something in a neuroscience lab in high school, but it was more data.
Right, right.
This was more like pipetting, that type of thing.
So, like, gathering those experiences, what do you like / like dislike about research?
So one thing I learned this summer is I do not see myself doing wet lab research in the future. It's just not my forte. But I do know that there are health policy research internships that involve like taking a community and looking at like what needs to be changed. And so I want to do that next summer.
So more like clinical research, seems like the application of what. Okay, that's cool. So moving away from, I guess, like research / school. So let's say school didn't exist, right?
Right.
What would your dream job be?
My dream job, I actually would be like a stay-at-home mom. Like, cause I would love taking care of my kids, putting them in all their little extracurriculars, going shopping while they're in school, you know, going out to lunch with my girls. You know,
I see you. I can see you whipping the minivan.
You know, minivans can whip, okay?
Nah, I can see you. Nah, that's cool. So, what are some of your favorite hobbies?
One of my favorite hobbies is beating you in basketball.
She's lying.
What I like. Secondly, we'll leave that for another day.
Okay.
I also really enjoy shopping, and I really like getting out and seeing new places. So like the city of DC, it's really fun. Yeah. So,
what has like been your favorite place to travel to? Since you say you like exploring.
I really like DC. I also really like Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a couple hours outside of Nashville, but it's a really nice area.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, but she's never beat me in basketball. What's your record in spades against me? 22-4.
You're literally exaggerating. Like,
that is below 500. But I don't want to embarrass you too much. So moving on. Next question. Question. What is a hidden talent that you have?
A hidden talent. I am really well versed in college admissions for different schools. So like,
so I don't know, Harvard.
I mean, I could tell you like, okay, I'm really good at like taking a student from where they are and looking at what you exactly need to do, who you need to contact. Because I really like networking as well.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you ever consider being like a college admission like counselor, I guess? Just
not
helping?
As a full-time job, but like as a side gig. Right, like, if I see somebody, like I've actually considered starting a nonprofit like in the future to help students, preferably in low-income communities.
Right. Give them access to like that pipeline into college. That's cool. Nice. And we love to see it. So what is your favorite season?
I really like transition seasons, and every year, like this spring, I was like, oh, I love spring, and I'm like, oh, I love fall, but I think I'd have to say it's spring, coming out of fall and going into the summer. Why do you prefer spring? Because it just, like, when the leaves start changing, the air starts warming up, it just gives me hope. School is almost over, summer's almost here.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm more of a summer person for real.
Really? Okay.
Actually, I'm starting to change that answer because when it started hitting the 90s,
I'm like,
bring me back to spring a little bit. But I don't know, like she said, it just depends. I like the weather and food, you know what I'm saying, of each season.
Yes,
everything has its ups and downs. But a little bit deeper question, you know what I'm saying? Who inspires you?
I would have to say one of my biggest role models is Stacey Abrams. Seeing how she's such a leader in Georgia, and she ran for governor. I don't know, if your audience pays attention to politics. She ran for governor in Georgia, lost to a Caucasian male, but she took her loss. It was due to like votes not being counted, and he was the Secretary of State while he was running. Secretary of State handles votes, but I'm not going to go into that. But she took her loss and channeled it into a nonprofit that ultimately ended up flipping the state of Georgia to be Democratic for the Senate elections, which, affected things on a national level. So I was really inspired by how she didn't stop at just losing, but she said, how can I take this loss and, change what I want to change? And then seeing how it affected things on a national scale, I just find that super inspiring.
Nah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So if Stacey Abrams was watching this video, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to literally, like, not to be cliche, but keep on doing what she's doing. Like, she's still very active, and like, I just want her to know it's a big role model to people like me, especially seeing her as a Black woman doing such great things. Like, I am one of your biggest fans.
Nah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit lighthearted question. What is your favorite animal?
I like tigers, but if I saw a tiger like coming towards me, I'm not saying I'm running up to it, but I just like
you just
the idea.
Observe it.
Right, you know.
What is it that you like about a tiger? Because you know some people like tie their personality with like traits of a lion. So what is it like?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that, or is it just like the aesthetics of it?
I like the aesthetics, but also like the silent power. So it's just like they're not roaring in your face, but they definitely have the capability to take you out.
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
What is the last book that you've read?
One of the last books that I read was Just Mercy, and
I'm reading that right now. Cool.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay. What was your take from that book?
Really, like, the movie tells the storyline, but the book gives so much background into like the criminal justice system right now and all the gaps within it. And I was just amazed to see how many people are framed by our justice system and put in prison. And it's not like people are trying to change the issue. It's just like you're locking people up. And I think one of the big things I took away from it, from the author's standpoint, was just how we can help with prison reform, how we can help people, not just lock them up, but if you have a disability that led to that, or a challenging background story that led to that, how can we help these people?
Right.
Yeah.
So was that some of your motivation to serve as a mentor on the prisoner pipeline?
Yeah, I think having that deeper insight, you know what I'm saying, it made me want to see what I can do if I can.
Okay. No, I really love that. So what is I know you just mentioned Just Mercy, the movie. So what is your favorite movie?
I love Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures? Okay.
I love Hidden Figures.
I can definitely see that.
Yes. Super inspiring.
What do you enjoy about that movie?
I like how these women were in an environment that was challenging, but they still pushed past. They didn't take no for an answer. They kept fighting to get what they wanted, but even when they got what they wanted, they brought people with them. And I love that aspect, like succeeding, but bringing people along with you.
Okay, no, I love that answer. So, would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I'm an extrovert.
For sure. As you can obviously tell she's an extrovert. So what is one? Actually, no. What is a skill or skills that you would like to master?
One, dribbling with my left hand. That's more of a like.
You need to work on that.
I don't need anything from you.
Continue.
And then another thing is, I wouldn't say I'm terrible at public speaking, but sometimes it's hard for me to like be concise. So learning how to give information but be concise and still like. One thing when I'm in front of large groups of people, my voice wavers a little. So if I could just lock down having a strong voice, that'd be great.
I feel you. Do you ever get nervous before your
all the time
presentations?
How do
you channel that nervous energy to deliver a good presentation?
Honestly, I think it's like I just like throw my nervous energy into like trying to do well and then trying to act like I'm not nervous, or just like I think sometimes I become more extroverted because I'm pushing myself to be more extroverted.
Pushing yourself through that comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So we'll close it out with two more questions. So if you could give this chapter of your life a title, what would it be?
I think I would call it something like The Mold, because I told my mom I feel like college is like puberty part 2, because like puberty, you're figuring yourself out, you know, whatever. But now, you know, you're in college, you're by yourself, and now you actually can figure out who do you want to be, like outside of, you know, what your parents want or all this stuff. So I feel like these few years are going to be very instrumental in shaping who I am as an adult.
Okay, so what do you want to? This is not like the final question, but like, what do you want to gain from your college experience?
Network, of course, personal growth in different areas, like in confidence, in academics, and just being like a leader, more so, not necessarily like academics all A's, of course that, but just growing as a person. I want to come out and say I really grew in these 4 years.
No, I feel that. I feel like if you don't really find yourself outside of who you are in school, then I feel like it's kind of a waste of a college experience. Because you come here to obviously get your degree, but the other reason is for personal growth and find out what is your purpose,
right? And
what are you really meant to do,
exactly,
to help others.
Yeah.
So last and final question to close out this video: what do you want your legacy to be?
That's a great question. I honestly want my legacy to be where people can look on my life and say, she was all about serving others. So like she was all about using her gifts and talents to serve others and help them use their gifts and talents. And I want to change something. I don't know. Like I want to leave this earth knowing that like I left some aspect of it a better place. Yeah.
So would you rather be around to see your change or just know that you left here, know that you made a big difference?
Wow. Probably, I would say both, but honestly, if I would be content with knowing that I left a difference, even if it's not, headlines and whatever.
I got you. Yeah. All right, guys, that was the video for today. Once again, 50 questions with the Howard University student, episode 3. Please tell us your name again.
I am Carson Elizabeth Haynes. Again, that Elizabeth is with an S. And
Senator Haynes.
Oh my gosh.
So I really appreciate y'all tuning in. That's the video for today. Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate you, Karis.
Bye.